Right, ladies and gentlemen, our second bout of the evening is K1 over 3 2-minute rounds of action. Would you welcome first into the red corner, representing the GB Academy, Joe WINSTANLEY. And would you welcome his opponent into the blue corner, from Cyprus, Kostas Kleanthos. Three 2-minute rounds of K1 action, WINSTANLEY in the red, Kleanthos in the blue.
So Chris, this is an interesting one. Joe WINSTANLEY and Kostas Kleanthos both got new opponents. They've both got a fight because they've matched together on the day, and they've agreed on amateur K1 rules, so there'll be no knees to the head and no spinning back fists. But both these young men earlier today were facing not having a bout. Now they're against each other.
An interesting combination given A, the differences in training coming up to this, and of course B, the last minute psychological effects that can have on a matchup. So immediately though, the two, no hesitation whatsoever, engage in the middle of the ring. Nice check hook there from the Greek.
Yes, it was a nice inside leg kick that set that up as well, and already the red in the face of Joe WINSTANLEY. Now for WINSTANLEY, he was already and fired up for a K1 bout. Kostas was thinking he was going to have probably Pro-Am MMA, so he's adjusted well, and very good striking, as you see, that right hand and then the right leg. WINSTANLEY's already had to eat some power shots here, Chris.
Nice inside leg kick though, although WINSTANLEY has a couple of nice connections to his credit thus far, but Kleanthos, I must stand corrected here, the Cyprian absolutely rinses in there to the lead leg with that right roundhouse kick. Beautiful connection from both men, but I think it's the Cyprian who has the better of the exchanges.
Well, he carries real power in his hands, Chris. That's obvious straight away, and he's sharp with his punching.
Nice front leg dexterity as there you see the front leg side kick. And he was looking for multiple connections with that whilst balancing on his rear foot. A very, very difficult and unorthodox technique. But again, both fighters just chucking down here. Tons of power behind everything, Malk.
And I love the way that Kleanthos is very, very fluid, Chris. As you see, he slips head, he throws the right hand, he works in combinations, and he's just coming over the top of Joe WINSTANLEY's guard. What he's doing well is luring the shot from Joe, slipping and then coming over the top. WINSTANLEY very tough, as you can see, because he's been tested already. But again, on the end of that combination, the inside leg kick, a very fluid young man.
Excellent entry there off the inside low kick. And then ending with that as well on the exit. The way he comes in and out off combinations is exceptional. And I have to also pick you up on ways that he's been able to really get the better of these exchanges and do the more damage. It's standing flat-footed and planted, ready to chuck bombs.
And also it's the variety of his work. He throws that inside leg kick, follows it with the left, a right hook, then the right leg on the end. Now Joe's had his moments, he tries to get inside, he's worked the body nicely, but the problem for Joe is every time he looks to get inside, every time he gets to get in there, Kostas has got such good combinations, he makes it difficult. And that's what you should do. Make anyone, if they want to get their points, make them work to get them. And that's what Kostas does so well.
Folks, it's another crazy round coming your way. Don't go anywhere. Round 2 of a scheduled feat coming right up right now.
So round 2, and that opening round was a big round for Kostas Kleanthos from Cyprus, and it was the combination work. Now Joe WINSTANLEY has to somehow avoid that to get in and do his own work. You can see he's got good hands, he works the body well, but there, that right hand over the top is the real danger for him, and then he switches immediately back to that stiff left hand.
A noticeably more urgent start from WINSTANLEY. I think his corner made it very clear to him that he needs to instigate the pressure right away from the get-go. The problem is when he throws that left kick to the inside thigh, you can see Kleanthos trying to counter.
Well, you just saw there as well, Chris, he counters superbly with the left leg. He's fluid off both legs. And do you know what? The tactics by WINSTANLEY are right. When you've got such a fluid mover, as you saw there, you've got to rough him up. You've got to try and draw him into a brawl.
And also box him when he kicks. Punching the kicker has proved very nice, though, for WINSTANLEY.
This is what he has to do, Chris. This is the right tactics. You have to dig in deep, bite on that gum shield, and stand and trade with him. Because when you're on the outside like this, he is so fluid. Left or right leg we've seen. Winstanley's doing the right thing, getting in there and staying with him, and hoping to get that one shot that turns this on its head.
And just look at the way that Kleanthos deflects those shots with the crown of his head. I mean, hands down, not great coverage, but it's his head movement off the center line that is the difference. And he also moves his head after throwing combinations, expecting the return from Winstanley.
That's right, and you saw it perfectly there, just as you said that, Chris. He threw the inside kick, slipped, and it's just a shoulder roll. That's all it is. That roll of the shoulder takes your head out of the range of target. But this is better from Winstanley. Do you know what? When he forces Costas to stand there and trade, he's got every chance then.
And again, the bombs continue to fall from both men, but it's certainly been a much more even round, a better return and reply into the second frame here from Winstanley.
I agree totally, Chris. He stood and traded and caught the leg and threw the right hand beautifully. And now Costas, for the first time, blinks and realizes, I'm in a fight here.
And the crowd loving every moment of it. Man, what a fight.
Well, Chris, this was because the tactics changed for Winstanley in the second round. Realizing he was getting picked off on the outside, those combinations, he bit on the gum shield, he stood in, and he traded with him, and he tried to rough him up. And for a good percentage of the round, it really worked.
And one of the things that sticks out for me about Kleanthos' technique is his lack of telegraphing. He's so quick to set up. So the type of pressure that Winstanley needed, he got on tap quick and in a hurry. And I think being able to stop Kleanthos from getting situated and comfortable and fluid is the key to victory in this fight.
That was the thing in this second round, because when he is flowing, as you said, there's the inside leg kicks. He can do the high round kick off either leg. His left and right hands are very fast. But what Joe Winstanley said, if you're that good technically, can you just stand and bang? So he just stepped in with him, tried to rough him up, and had success. That made this second round, I still think Kleanthos took it, but it made this second round far closer.
And I think the third is going to be absolutely bananas. Here we go. Buckle up and hold on tight. Just you fucking wait, dude. I'm waiting till I start spitting lyrics. Just wait. We're good.
Third and final round, and as we said, we still believe that Costas Kleanthos is taking this, but Joe found a way in the second round, Chris, and that was important for him.
And depending on how the judges are seeing this, you know, he could have taken that round. It was a very close round. Excellent, though, connection from Kleanthos. Kleanthos has really turned up the power another notch here, which is saying something.
And again, that inside leg kick to the inside thigh, the lead leg of Joe Winstanley. But again, Winstanley, he bites on that gum shield, he comes in, he throws the right round kick and looks to throw the hand. Superman punch, left leg from Kleanthos. This is the only difference between the two men, the variety of the Cypriot.
And also the intensity of throwing those things in. Even though he expects the guard to be in play from Winstanley, those things still hurt. Those things are still landing, and those things are still effective. And the gum shield nearly goes flying there. Kleanthos with a big right hand.
Oh, these are huge shots, huge shots. And finally, Joe Winstanley, you look at him and you're thinking, yes, he might get that. He is getting the count here. And it started not from those blazing hands. Those two kicks he threw off the left and right leg are like when you're hitting the heavy bag. He really put everything into it, stayed balanced. The right landed, then the left landed. Disorientated Joe, and then the left and right hands really coming through. Oh, there it goes again, and the left leg followed with the left hand.
And we're going to get a warning here for that spinning back fist technique.
Yes, not at amateur level here. They're not allowed the knees to the head or the spinning back fist, but Kleanthos will get straight back on Joe.
Winstanley on Wobble Street right now, noticeably dazed. And again, the right hand finds the mark. But Winstanley waltzes on, man. That guy is as tough as they come.
But we're getting a masterclass from Kleanthos now, especially with those legs. He realizes, as you said, Joe Winstanley throws on instinct. Even when he got caught with that left and right, his left uppercut came through naturally, but Kleanthos is really showing us virtually every technique.
And Kleanthos teeing off to the bell. And Winstanley stood in front of him. I mean, that was one of the most surprising things about that, Malcolm. Winstanley never backed down from what was a firefight through and through.
Winstanley, super tough. I mean, what durability, what a chin. But in that third round, Costas Kleanthos really let rip with everything he had, and the variety of technique and the power combined. This was a very special performance indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you agree. What a war from these two men, please. Let's hear it. Tough but we do have a unanimous decision. Our judges in favour of the blue corner, Costa